Hello and happy International Yoga Day. My name is Sian Pascale. I am the founder and lead teacher of the Light Collective, which is an online yoga school and online yoga studio. And we are really happy to be again collaborating with Indigo Luna and the community, the beautiful community at Indigo Luna for this very special day. I wanted to provide for the community a short teaching around yoga and also a practice that can align us towards this incredible system that has become so popular in modern culture, especially in the West. I would like to start by discussing what yoga is, because the focus of yoga can become very much related to postures and practices. But when we go to the root of the meaning of the word yoga, what it is really describing is a state of consciousness that is one of very deep connection. So the word yoga derives from the word yuj, which means to yoke. And this is a kind of old-fashioned term that describes when you attach a cart to a bull and these two separate entities become one. And this is what happens to us when we move into a state of yoga. We often call yoga a practice. I do it all the time, and that's fine. But in fact, yoga is a state of consciousness that is one of deep union with something. And this is something that we could perhaps play with today on International Yoga Day, because this union could be a union towards a creative divine force. It could be a union with the self. It could be a strong connective union to another person. It could be the deep connection and union that you feel with Mother Earth. And I think that when we start to explore all the ways we can express and sit in this state of consciousness of yoga, we realize that there are so many ways to get there. When I think about Indigo Luna and their connection to the earth and their motivation for creating beautiful clothes that are not only lovely to wear, but also breathable and wholly sustainable, I think that this is also a state of moving towards yoga. To really connect with something is to appreciate it and love it and have deep gratitude for it. So it would be really wonderful if today you even use this concept as a focus or an intention for your day. How do I move into a state of yoga? Maybe it can be a state of deep connection to yourself, or it could be, I really want to experience, a state of deep consciousness and connection to another person, my beloved or my child. And for now, what I'll like to do is move into a practice, and this practice is connecting you to your energy body and to yourself, because when we start to connect and become deeply intimate with the self, then there is a sense that we have greater ease with connecting to another, whether it's the earth, somebody we love, or whether it is a divine conscious experience. In this practice, I will teach Prakasha Pranayama, and in this technique, we connect to the chakras, which are part of the energy body. There are 7 chakras in this particular practice we'll work with: one at the root, the sacral, navel, heart, throat, third eye, and also crown. I invite you to find a seat and lengthen through your spine. If you need to have a little stretch, you can. Soften the eyes down or close the eyes down. Take the palms on the knees, tips of the thumbs and forefingers to touch in Gyan Mudra. taking a few deep breaths in the nose, out of the mouth, and allow that deep breath to draw your awareness into yourself. See if you can let go of all of the mundane aspects of your life, all of the secondary thoughts, and align your awareness into deep presence with yourself. We begin with a 7-part stepped inhalation. So together, let's inhale. Exhale, release fully. And through the nose, we inhale. 1, pause. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold or retain the breath for a moment. Exhale through the nose or mouth, release. Let's do that again. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and hold. Retain the breath. Feel perhaps a lightness. Exhale, release. This time, perceive the breath awakening at each of the chakras. Inhale, root, sacral, navel, heart, throat, third eye, and crown. Hold here. Exhale to release. We awaken Prakasha, the inner light now. With each breath, imagine a light awakening at the root, at the sacral, at the navel, at the heart, at the throat, at the third eye, and at the crown. And hold your attention at that flame, that light that radiates in the head and the crown and the upper centers. And exhale, release. Again, awaken that light through breath and awareness. Inhale, root, sacral region, navel, heart, throat, that light in the center of the head and at the crown, and let it radiate around the head and expand through the upper centers as you hold the breath. And perhaps as you exhale, you might visualize it showering out of the crown of your head and surrounding your energetic field. I invite you to keep going with this practice, inhaling in 7 counts and allowing that inner light, the prakasha, to awaken at each of the energy centers in the body. And as we cultivate this inner light, there is a sense that we awaken this subtle energy body and this deep sensitivity. A sensitivity to the divine or awakened nature of the self. That there is more than just this physical body. There's more than just the mundane tasks and to-do lists. That when we do these techniques, we can connect with something much deeper. We can find ourselves in union with the deepest part of our own being. And in your own time, complete one more round. Awaken that light of lights, the light of awareness, the light of truth, the light of your own fullness. And hold the breath and really let it expand through your being. Let it radiate out of you. And as you exhale, let it shower and surround you. And then simply release from any focus and take a few breaths to rest and witness and feel. This is the moment to experience yoga. It is in the moments after the technique that we experience the subtle, that we become absorbed into the responses, and we let that experience settle in the mind's awareness. This is the subtle and advanced practice of yoga. Sit for a few breaths in deep connection with your own body and energetic body. Now take a deep breath in. A long exhale out, and slowly and softly open the eyes. And if you have made it this far without being distracted by your phone, then I want to congratulate you deeply. This is the kind of focus that the yogi needs in the world to move along the spiritual path, to find that deep connection. It is not an easy path. It's not for everyone. But it is one that allows us to release from the suffering that the mundane world and that habituated and conditioned states of mind can bring, and allows us a sense of bliss and freedom, not just in the practices, not just in the absorptive moments after the practices, but it is one that can spread out into your life and your relationships. So thank you so much again. If you are interested in the work that we do at the Light Collective, we have very in-depth teachings happening in September for our yoga teacher training. We love to teach teachers all of the in-depth stuff so that they can go out into the world and spread that holistic and powerful and deeply meaningful practice of yoga. Also, the outfit that I'm wearing, I believe, will be mentioned in the comment section below. It is a beautiful set from Indigo Luna, which is so soft, organic, and as I mentioned before, it is really part of, I think, their philosophy to find that state of yogic union with all of the work that they do, and in particular with the earth themselves. So from my heart to the community out there who is watching, and to the team at Indigo Luna, much love. I recognize and see that deep light in all of you who joined us today, and to that I bow and say namaste, namaste.